Welcome to the Foxhole. It's Nondor Fox Schaefer here, guys. Let me know if you are here with me. Sorry, it took me quite a few minutes to get everything put together and ready to roll. Um, Man, I was looking at the last time I did a live stream on my channel, and goodness gracious, it was like 7 months ago. It doesn't feel like that long. So I don't know how you guys have been, but I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone who has been reading comics, making comics, enjoying the comic book industry as much as you can this year has been. And I wanna know how you guys are. How are you doing? It's been a minute, so I want to reconnect with my subscribers, my fans, and just kind of have a good stream tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to talk about everything that's going on. If you are a subscriber to the Foxhole Comics newsletter, you will have seen that I was going live tonight, and also that we got a lot of talk to talk about tonight. If I can talk, so yeah, I'm a bit rusty. I haven't streamed in a really long time, so I apologize if I seem a little bit disorganized. But I'm going to do my best. I made a list of things that I want to cover. And you know, I did mention my newsletter. Please subscribe to it. It's actually in the description below the video on YouTube, or we're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Facebook. We're also streaming on X. X Twitter is what I like to call it. The ex girlfriend that is Twitter, or ex boyfriend. And Yeah, so. Uh, Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know if you've read The Fabled Offering. We're going to be talking about the book. We're going to be talking about uh, all the production of the book, where we are with it, all of that fun stuff. I want to go over some reactions, some reviews that I've gotten. I also want to talk about the book with you guys if you've read it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, I definitely don't want to get into spoiler territory, but we can kind of, have this conversation. And then once the book is out physically and fulfilled, for people that want to read it as a physical book, then we can talk about all that stuff. I'd almost like I'm thinking about maybe for some of my future campaigns, um, doing like a conversation with the creator, where maybe a month or two after the book is fulfilled, um, backers and the creator, so like I could have like a private stream with backers, and we could like talk about the book, because I just I want to hear from people who have read it. I think one of the almost well, I wouldn't say it's worse than getting a bad review, but I don't like silence. So um, a lot of the time when you put your work out there, you want a response. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but any response in some cases is just really nice to know. It's nice to know that people got the email, got the PDF, got the book, and they want to talk about it. So, and there's a lot to talk about. And also, let me know, guys, if my audio's good, if my video's good. Everything is looking good on my end. But if anything goes wrong, please let me know. So I'm really excited tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. Please let me know if you're watching. Join the chat. Let me know how you're doing. And see, we got Keversol. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce that, but what's up, dude? I think that's Kevin. Hey, Kevin, we're going to be talking about your review a little bit for the Fabled Offering. So I'm really excited to kind of go over that. And there's three reviews that I've gotten so far. and I can't wait to go over them because there's some really interesting things that we can talk about and just a lot of fun stuff. Um, and I do have a new story announcement. This is something that I can't wait to share because you guys will know who the artist is, and it's a story that I'm excited to share with you guys. I'll show some art, and then also if you are a subscriber to the Foxhole Comics newsletter, which, like I said, you can find the link to that in the description of this video. Please subscribe to it. Um, you'll get an email very soon. Let's see, what time is it? You'll get an email in about 5 to 10 minutes that's going to show a cover reveal for Man Child issue 3. So um, I'm going to show it here tonight, but you'll get the email first. You'll see it first. Um, and then we can talk about it and go over it. So, um, yeah, man, where to start? So, where we are with the Fabled Offering, I'll start there. Uh, Man, this has been quite a ride. It's taken a lot longer for this book to materialize, a lot longer than I thought it would, especially because Marco and I had got a lot of the art done before the campaign while the campaign was going last October. I can't believe it was like that long ago. So every day since then, every week since then, we've been working on the book. We've been getting the art done, going back and forth on production. After all the art was complete, we got the lettering done. We worked with, goodness gracious, I have a lot of people that are watching. Let me know if you're watching, guys. Let me know if you're here. Please comment. Please be in the chat. This is one of the highest viewerships that I've gotten. So this is really cool. I'm really excited to talk with all of you tonight. Um, I don't know how long we'll go for. We'll just, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about comics, talk about the Fabled Offering, and what I have going on tonight. So, um, yeah, I put a hey, we got Ichthus here. Hey, Ichthus, dude, my faithful streaming friend. You always show up, and I'm always so happy to see you. I know I stream very sporadically. I have no schedule. We artists, we don't have a schedule. um, we go with the flow, right? We go with our feelings. No, but I'm happy to be here. And I always say, "Ooh, I hope I can do more YouTube stuff." I've kind of stopped doing that. Um, you know, I'll do YouTube when I do YouTube, and uh, I have been writing a lot. I've been working a lot, and so we'll get into all of that. We'll get into all of that. I don't want to get too out of the way here. Can't wait to see what you come up with next, Nondor. Yeah, I'm really excited to share with you this new story that I have, but also um, I have another new story. I'm not going to announce the next one, but I do want to let people know kind of what I've been working on, and I can talk about the genre a little bit, and I can talk about my plans for it. But that's kind of that'll be at the end of the show. We'll kind of wrap up with that and wrap up with the future of what I'm really kind of working towards. But for now, we'll talk about the Fabled Offering. I don't know, Ichthus, if you got the PDF, if you wait for the physical book, I totally understand. You know, I usually wait for a physical copy if I backed a physical copy. Sometimes I'll check out the PDF or read like the first chapter or whatever, and then I'll be like, cool, like this looks good. This is what I pledged, and then I wait for the physical book to get in here. But you know, it's really something to like put your work out there. Like I said, I've been working on this book for about 2 years, and it was more than any other project that I've worked on. It was the hardest to let go. It was the hardest to say goodbye to. It was the hardest to stop editing. It was the hardest to, um, you know, stop bugging DC Hopkins, the letterer for the book. Man, he probably really got annoyed with me for a while there because I would find something. I'd find something that I'd want to fix, and I'd message him, and I'd be like, hey, like I think I want to like change this word or move this around or whatever. And it I'm ask ask him, ask Jay Mazar, the artist for Manchild. He knows what I'm talking about. Or you ask other people that I work with. I'm pretty good at like copy editing. I'm pretty good at getting into the nitty gritty of grammar and like design and working through things. And it's really hard for me to let something go. It's really hard for me to keep from editing something in, whether it's in the credit section, if it's in the back matter, if it's an ad. Like I need everything to be correct. I need everything to look right as much as it possibly can. And so it's really difficult for me to, like I said, let something go if I notice something. Or it might not even have anything to do with the story. It's just like the production of the book. It's all the pre-press stuff. It's the package. Like, I know the story might be fine, it might be perfect, it might be everything that I want it to be, but the back matter, the like I said, the credits pages, the design of everything, it has to look good. It has to be professional. And I labor over that stuff. That stuff stresses me out. Even more so than the writing part of it is getting all the files correct and all of that stuff. So um I worked with DC to make sure everything was correct, and that took a while. And so finally, it was last week. I sent the book off. To not only did I send it to the printer, I got the proof back, the digital proof, the electronic proof. And DC and I looked over it, and we were happy with it. Everything looked good, and now it's in their hands, and it's out of my hands. And all I have to do now is worrying about fulfillment when the book gets here. So I think ooh, like this says, I got notified from your Substack for Manchild 3 cover reveal. Looks so much fun. Yeah, guys, go look at that. Go look at that if you are a subscriber. If you're not, I'm going to show it off tonight. Like this, we can kind of talk about the cover. Um, Man, do I have a lineup of variant covers that you guys are going to be like out of your mind for? I know I am. I'm not going to announce them all tonight, but I mentioned that in the newsletter. And there's one artist in particular that a few months ago I tweeted and I wrote about this on social media, that I got to work with my all-time favorite artist, my dream artist, the guy who, if I could ever work with in comics again, if I died tomorrow, this is who I'd want to work with. And I got to do it. And I got to do it with Man-Child issue 3. And so uh yeah, I'm excited to announce that. I won't announce it tonight because that deserves its own stream. Like I said, there's a lot of things to talk about. But I think I might do a stream revealing that, or reveal it that day, do a stream that night, and talk about it and kind of go over the ideas for it. It's a really big deal for me. Um, and so I want to share that with all of you. I can't wait to talk about it. You would have a superstar artist. Yes. Yeah. I've worked with some amazing people. I've worked with Nick Batara, Tony Harris, Tom Riley. Tom Riley is like, I'm glad I got him when I did. Because he is doing the new G.I. Joe book that's going to be coming out. He's doing Duke. He did that Thing miniseries. He did that Ant-Man miniseries for Marvel. So yeah, I mean, I got to work with him. I got to work with Jim Rugg. Got to work with Marco Rudy, Flops, who is his own superstar in his own right. I don't know why Marvel and DC is not hiring Flops to do like every variant cover. I mean, I would pick up almost every variant cover that he would do. And so, and I even have other artists that I'm working with on some covers for um seasons. So, I think that's something else I need to talk about too is seasons because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to that as well. And I need to show off real quick. I'll be right back. I forgot about this. You guys could peer into my collection there of all my books and comics. So while everyone is still kind of coming in here, man, I got a lot of viewers. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm boring. I hope not to be. So on July 13th, on the Red Valkyrie YouTube channel, please subscribe to them. From 4 to 7 p.m., I'm going to be offering some original art from Seasons uh, to sell at an auction. So I've kept a lot of original art for myself. I've been kind of a hoarder of it. But as we get ready for volumes 1 and 2 to come out as a trade paperback format, and then for volume 3, um, I want to start like sharing more of what I have and being a little bit more transparent, and that comes with kind of like everything. So I'm kind of gonna do things differently, and I'm really excited about the future and what we can do. So I'm going to be auctioning off some original art from Seasons. So if you're a fan of Seasons, if you're someone who really loves the books and you've always wanted to own a piece of it, you can. I have, included original art for people to purchase and pick up um, on my campaigns, but I've never really done at my shows at some conventions and stuff. There was one guy when I first started out who bought like $1,000 worth of original art from me from Seasons, and it was just like it was crazy. I was like, oh my gosh. So I don't get that often. And that was like a special kind of one time. It feels like a one time thing, but um, that was really cool when that happened. Anyways, I wanted to show off some pieces that are going to be available for the art auction. So um, this is going to be this is going to be one of the pages. My microphone's kind of in the way here. Here we go. This is better. So this is going to be one of the pages that's going to be available from Seasons Volume 1 that you can purchase during the auction on the Red Valkyrie YouTube channel from 4 to 7 p.m. Uh, and I hope YouTube doesn't censor me, but there's some stuff going on here. This is kind of like a uh, this scene in particular. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of sex. A lot of things happening here. All the shadow selves are all over each other. I'll put it that way. And so it's one of my favorite pages. It's one of Anthony's most detailed pages. It's not complete. He went in digitally and fixed all this stuff up and added so much to it. I know in the finished page he had people falling to their deaths and things like that. So if you own Seasons Volume 1, this will be a page that you'll find in issue 3, and this will be available at the art auction. So that's one of them, and depending on how it goes and how we're able, how much money we're able to raise. I'm going to add these little character profiles. So this is all this art is by Anthony Gonzalez Clark. This is a character profile of Fletcher way back in the day during the Seasons Volume 1 Kickstarter campaign. This was on there as like, the character profile of Fletcher when we listed all the different characters. So this is the original art for that. And this is the Shadow Self. of Fletcher, and then this is Fletcher's younger brother and his parents. So I'm going to include all of these. Let's see here. I'm going to include all of these in this lot. So like these three and this original page are going to be together, depending on how the auction goes. Like if someone keeps bidding up and the bidding keeps going higher. And then here's another page that I'm going to be selling on the 13th of July. Let's see, we got a few comments I need to catch up here. Um, hey Jay, what's up, man? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. I just sent a newsletter out for people. You probably saw it, of the Man-Child issue 3 cover. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. I also revealed the date of when we're going to be launching the Kickstarter. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But um, Ichthus says, "Don't stress about it, Nonder. You're doing great. Thank you." Like I said, yeah, it's been a minute since I've streamed, so I'm kind of trying to get back into the hang of it here. Wow, beautiful. Yes, the all of Anthony's pages, all of his work is beautiful. He's one of the best artists. I knew this from the moment I started working with him, and throughout the years, it's only grown stronger. He's one of the best indie comic book artists, one of the best comic book artists around. Um, I have no like qualms, like there's no ifs and buts about it. Like he just is. And what's so rare about these pages in particular too is that um, he doesn't do traditional anymore. He's all digital. So a lot of these pages that I own, from volume 1 and volume 2 of Seasons, he you know this is probably the last time he's going to be doing like physical pages. So I mean, if you like his artwork and you want to own like a piece of not only my story but his art, this is the only way you're going to be able to get any of that, because I don't think he's doing traditional anymore. So there's some incentive there. What's so cool about this page, Anthony actually redid this page. So this is a pretty iconic shot. This is when the shadow self emerges from Fletcher in the first volume. And when we did this page, some behind the scenes information. He chose the wrong angle for it. If you look at the previous page where Fletcher's running, where the camera is, it's supposed to be on the other side. It's supposed to be on the opposite side. And you'd have to look at the book, but trust me when I say that it was one of those things that uh, we had to fix. So he actually did this page twice, and bless his heart, he did that. But this is kind of a real cool like rarity, because this page, even though it's in the book, it's from a different angle. It's from a different direction, a different shot, from where Fletcher's position was. He basically had it reversed. So, but this will be a page that will be available during the auction, and then this page as well. So this is at the end, the second to last page of the first volume, when Fletcher falls through the hospital. And I don't know like how much detail I can kind of get into here, but um, wild stuff. I mean, if you if you look at all the like the hospital equipment and the IV equipment and stuff like that, I mean, it's so detailed. So, anyways, that's kind of a tangent. But these pages will be available during the art auction. I want to let people know about it, um, as soon as possible and as early as possible, so that you guys can be ready. I know it's been a while since I've talked about Seasons. It's been a while since any information has been coming out. But these are large volumes. You know, we've put out over 200 pages. That's a lot, and volume three is going to be the largest volume yet. So it just takes a long time to make these books. And I've also been working on other projects. And so, anyways, I'm hoping for the latter part of 2024 into 2025, seasons will become something I talk about a lot more often, and we'll be sharing more pages. If I get enough requests tonight while doing the stream, I will show you guys some pages from Seasons Volume 3 Fall. If we have enough time and if people want to see, a couple pages from it, let me know because yeah, we can definitely do that. I have a lot to show. It's a show and tell kind of stream. So anyways, that is something that I want you guys to be aware of. Like I said, on July 13th from 4 to 7 p.m. on the Red Valkyrie YouTube channel, I'll be auctioning off some artwork. And if that goes well, I will do their next one that they have and I'll auction off some more artwork. I was thinking about possibly auctioning off some cover artwork from Manchild, some cover artwork from The Fabled Offering. So depending on how this goes, I would like to maybe pursue that a little bit more. I want people to own pieces of this. I think there's a lot of sentimental value I hold in a lot of the art that I own, and it's really hard for me to part with it. But at at the same time, I want other people to enjoy it, and this is something that should be shared, and so I want to share it with everyone. Um, so yeah, now that leads me back kind of to the Fabled Offering and sharing that and getting people's reviews, getting people's opinions on the book. I'm going to share um, one of the reviews here. This was a video review from Jasmine Reviews Comics on TikTok, and I'm going to. Oh no, I'll keep myself here. I'll keep myself here. I'll probably go full screen here, but um, anyways, so Jasmine, I've been sending out the book to reviewers. I want people's opinions. I want people's critiques. I want people's uh, criticisms, feedback, all of that stuff. Um, and as I wrapped up the book, as I let it go, and as sent it off to the printer, I was like, "What will be will be." If people like it or they hate it, you just got to let these things go, right? And you got to trust your gut, trust your instincts. Um, Jasmine gave this book a 10 out of 10. She messaged me and she posted this video. I wanted her honest thoughts. I said, I'd love a video review. I'd love a review. If you wanted to do one, you don't have to. Let me know what you think. And she made this video. So it's really short, but I'm going to play it, and we can talk about it. And then we're going to talk about a couple other reviews here. Let me go full screen and cut myself out. Now I may actually let me make sure that I have the audio connected because I don't want to play this and then the audio is not right. Okay, I think I had it correct, but wanted to make sure. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Hey, comic book friends, I want to talk about The Fabled Offering. This is from Foxhole Comics. It's written and created by Nandor Fox Schaefer, and the art is done by Marco Roblin. I thought the art was incredible. It was really different and interesting and just beautiful. Um, this is a sci-fi fantasy epic. It's a one-shot. We're seeing the story of Grand Princess Aurelia. We see her go through something very traumatic, and then she embarks on a quest to save her kingdom and herself, really. and it's really different. In the world of comics, where a lot of the stuff is very similar, I just thought this really stood out. It was really different. Again, it's called The Fabled Offering, and you can find this. You can go on Indiegogo and you can easily search for it. You can contribute to it and give it a try if this sounds interesting to you. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, the creator and writer Nandor Fox Schaefer, I've tagged him in this. You can check him out. He has written other things that I'm gonna check out because I enjoyed this so much. But yeah, The Fabled Offering, Foxhole Comics.
All right. So you can hear it's very quiet. Sorry about that. If it was a little too quiet. Hopefully, it's on my Twitter. And it's also on TikTok. I reposted it. If you look at Jasmine Reviews Comics on TikTok, it's one of her most recent videos. So yeah, guys, definitely. Uh, this was huge for me. I also included a screenshot of what she sent me because I don't want you guys to think that I'm making this stuff up. um, she said, just so you know, it's a 10. She forgot to do a rating on the video while she recorded it, and she said, if she wanted to, if she wanted me to, if she wanted me for her to record it again, but I was like, no, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. But she did give it a 10 out of 10, and so that's really cool. Like I was for the first this was the first time anyone had read the story and gave me a reaction, besides Marco, besides DC Hopkins, besides the people that I worked with. And so getting that first uh, whiff of feedback, getting that first sense of this is what people think of the story, and it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, I was like, holy crap, like that's awesome. I mean, that's like that's what you want to hear as a creator. And an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 would have been great. But a 10 out of 10, I mean, let's go, right? Like, why not? But that's really cool. So thank you, Jasmine. Like I said, her uh, TikTok channel is Jasmine Reviews Comics. It's a great channel where she talks about comics that are coming out. And she's really really sweet, and I recommend following her on TikTok. So uh please do that. And then the next thing that I want to go over real quick, because Jasmine mentioned it, and that is um I want everyone to know that the Fabled Offering is still available for you to purchase on Indiegogo. Do what Jasmine says to do, and go get yourself a copy of this book that she gave a 10 out of 10. And you guys should totally check it out. If you back it today, I'll send you the PDF right away. So, this is ready for you guys. It's all ready. You can read it tonight. If you haven't backed it, if you haven't supported it, um, this is your time to do so. And you can real quick. Let's see. Um, I just got the notification that my computer's about to die and my charger is in a different room. So I'm going to replay the review because I'm so prepared. And I'll be right back. Let's see. So that I don't lose you guys.
Hey, comic book friends, I want to talk about The Fabled Offering. This is from Foxhole Comics. It's written and created by Nandor Foxhole, and the art is done by Marco Roblin. I thought the art was incredible. It was really different and interesting and just beautiful. Um, this is a sci-fi fantasy epic. It's a one-shot. We're seeing the story of Grand Princess Aurelia. We see her go through something very traumatic, and then she embarks on a quest to save her kingdom and herself, really. And it's really different. In the world of comics, where a lot of the stuff is very similar, I just thought this really stood out. It was really different. Again, it's called The Fabled Offering, and you can find this. You can go on Indiegogo and you can easily search for it. You can contribute to it and give it a try if this sounds interesting to you. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, the creator and writer Nandor Fox Schaefer, I've tagged him in this. You can check him out. He has written other things that I'm gonna check out because I enjoyed this so much. Yeah, The Fabled Offering, Foxhole Comics.
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. So thank you. We're saved. We're saved. Thank you, Jasmine. Again, I don't know if the audio was better that time, but uh, the next thing I want to go over real quickly is um, another review that I received. Scrolling through my Twitter feed, get to it. Where'd it go? There's me. Where is it? Huh. Maybe I have it in replies. I wanted to talk about another review that I was. Sorry, guys. Well, I shared it on Twitter, but let me just find it here. I will read it to you guys. This review was by Kevin Davis, who read the book, and then I'm going to share another one. So let me read to you guys what he said. Hey, Ben, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Man, do we have something special to show all of our friends, huh? I won't reveal it here, but Ben and I are working on something together that is going to knock your socks off. So um, thanks for being here, and I appreciate you saying that. Um, Ictus says excellent review, bud, and then Jay finally created a YouTube channel. That's right, Jay. Like, um, you know, welcome to the crazy world of YouTube. No, it's great to have you here, and we'll get you the cover very soon. I want to share the cover for Man Child issue 3. But I did want to read really quickly this review. So Kevin had messaged me, said he read the book, and he posted this publicly on his timeline. He said, "I just got done reading The Fabled Offering, and I must say it's a 10 out of 10. So this is the second 10 out of 10 review. I think this is by far the best fantasy story I've ever read. It's top tier to me, like Lord of the Rings level top tier, and with such a great edge to it. The storytelling is clear and beautiful, and honestly, I think the title could be an anthology of each book being its own story. I would love to see more in the Fabled Offering world. Nondor is such a talented writer, and I could feel and see his passion in the story, and it was definitely worth a 2 year wait as the quality was amazing, and I can tell he took his time with it and he did an amazing job. I hope there will be more. Foxhole Comics got a big fan out of me. So, thank you, Kevin. I can't thank you enough for that review and for those really kind words. I'm humbled and flattered, and I definitely don't feel like I deserve to be compared, to like Tolkien, Lord of the Rings top tier. I mean, like I blame Marco. It all goes to Marco and his amazing art. And but it is a team effort. I mean, it is a team effort when it comes to comics, and without each other, the book wouldn't be what it is. And but that made my day. I told you that, Kevin. I messaged you and said that made my day reading that, and I really appreciate you supporting me and supporting the book. And just so you guys know, even if you read the PDF, what's so great about getting the physical book is that you're going to get the trading card of Princess Aurelia, and you're going to get the chibi sticker of Princess Aurelia. And this is something I mentioned in the Kickstarter update and the Indiegogo update, but I'll talk about it here really quickly. Is that it's going to be a perfect bound book. It's going to be like a small trade paperback. If you guys have ever seen books like Batman the Cult or the DC Rebirth book, I'm trying to think of some, the Killing Joke, like, those are around like 50 to 60 pages, I think. And the Fabled Offering is going to be about 50 pages, 52 pages, 46 pages of story. The rest is the credits and the back matter and all that stuff. There's a slight afterword at the end of the book as well, and a dedication page. So, uh, in any case, I wanted the book to have this prestige format. I didn't want to do a regular staple bound book. I initially that's what the goal was, because when you're making comics, you're thinking about saving money and like what's cheaper, and what's the cheapest way I can kind of make this right. And then after the campaign, we raised a little bit more than the goal, which was great. And then bringing it to Indiegogo made enough that I was like, you know what, like I want to give you guys the best. Like, you guys have been waiting for this for a really long time. It hasn't been 2 years in the sense of I did the campaign 2 years ago and we've been waiting 2 years for it. It's only been about like 8 months, six to 8 months. And yeah, more like 8 to 9 months, something like that. Anyways, um, with the Kickstarter and the Indiegogo done, we had enough where we could make this like thicker paper stock, thicker cover stock, and really make it a beautiful like small graphic novel. And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited that we could do that. We could do that with this book in particular because, as you know, all of my books I strive for quality. Uh, Ask anyone, and when you get a book from Foxhole Comics, when you get a book from me, I mean, even Manchild. When you guys when you guys get this, the cover stock is a thicker 10-point cover stock. It's not like, you know, it's not the same thickness as the interior pages. And like floppies don't usually do that. That's mostly reserved for like variant covers or higher end like, DC Black Label books or whatever. So I always try to like kind of raise the bar, do something different, make it like a collector's item because, comics are a collector's market and I want people to um, get that from us. I think that's really important. I want to what is that? Um, Under promise, overperform, something like that. So that's really my goal with all my books. Now, the next review that I want to talk about, and I'll bring it up here on my phone here. Um, this was this is almost what I love. I love the praise and the 10 out of 10s. That's awesome. And I wouldn't want anything less than that, because we work so hard, we put so much money and time into this, so much work into making comics. Um, and with that said, there's something about, let's see here. Where did it go? Here we go. So this is from another comic book creator. This was shared in one of our discords. And I will say my heart skipped a beat, like when I first read the first couple sentences, because I was like, oh man, I messed up. Like I screwed up. Um, but just follow me with this. So um, says I read Nonder Fox Schaefer's The Fabled Offering and was initially very confused. However, upon a second read, I found it really cool. I enjoy fantasy that doesn't hold the reader's hand, but instead immerses you in the world, requiring you to figure things out on your own. This no hand holding approach, combined with the time travel elements, nonlinear storytelling, and striking yet disorienting art, made it a challenging read, but I appreciated it for that reason. The art compelled me to spend more time on each panel, absorbing the details and paying close attention. And as the GOAT, the greatest of all time, once said, which I don't know who he's referring to, but nevertheless, as the GOAT once said, art that forces the reader to meet it halfway is the most powerful form of magic. So, what I love about that review is that this guy got it. Like, this is not a surface level book. This is not the Fabled Offering is not a book that you're going to sit down and you're going to pick up and you're going to be able to read it and be like, I got it all, like first pass, like surface level, that was entertaining. Like, I never want any of my books necessarily to be that way. I think all great stories should be like approachable, should be able to be, you want to hook the reader, you want them to understand what's going on, you want there to be clarity, and you don't want there to be too many barriers, because you want the reader to have an enjoyable experience. That is the goal. Um, the thing about the story, though, is that there's a twist to it, especially at the end. You're something happens that makes you look at the story in a completely new way, a completely different way, and it is nonlinear storytelling. I'm going kind of back and forth. We tried our best to make sure that you knew where you were, but that's a part of the sci-fi angle. It's a part of the the back and forth. I really love Doctor Who. I really love high fantasy, and so trying to combine those two, trying to do something that has some of my favorite fantasy stories, just like this reviewer said, and some of my favorite um, science fiction, fantasy, kind of otherworldly, high concept stuff is stuff that you have to mull over. It's stuff that you have to um, really kind of dig into. Um, and you can't just like it's not like why I'm not trying to like diss this, but you know, some people are going to want to go see a Fast and Furious movie, and that's fine. Like that's like go for it. That's great. Um, Other people want to go see a Christopher Nolan movie. I'm not saying I'm like that. I'm saying there's kind of two different types of readers, two different types of audiences, sometimes two different, like it depends what you're wanting to get out of it, what you're going for. Um, in any case, every it should be enjoyable. I mean, like a movie like Tenet from Nolan, that's a hard movie for me to swallow. There's a lot there. I've watched it like 3 times, and I still don't necessarily know what's going on. Um, but and I don't want the fabled offering to be that. I don't want it to be something that only I understand. Um, and I'm glad that the reviewer took the time to go over it again, and that you can kind of see the connective tissue. You can kind of see how things um, all work together in a way that I tried to make the payoff worth it. And I want you to be able to go back and look at it. I kind of want this story to be like an M. Night Shyamalan film, where you watch it and then at the end, it kind of changes the way you look at the entire story, and you want to view it a second time differently. You want to read it a second time differently. Um, I'm not trying to say I'm like those people. I'm not trying to say I'm as talented as those people. I'm inspired by those people. And I love those creators, and that's something that I've always, I strive to be like, ooh, if I could just like do that, like, man, like that's the goal. And so what I like about that review, and what I hope that people will get from the story, get from the book, is that I want you to have your cup of coffee. I want you to sit down with it, and I want you to take time with it. Um, you spent money on this book. Most of you probably spent like $20. Some of you spent $6 on the PDF. But I want you to spend time with it, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. This is a book that um, this is a property that could really go places. And as Kevin alluded to, and it's something that could be more than just this one thing. But it can be just this, and that's something about the story and about this property that is different from anything else that I've done, is that I don't know where it could go, but I want to figure that out with you guys. You guys are the deciding factor. I have an afterword in the book where I talk about that, where I talk about this idea that the only way we do more of this book, the only way we do more of this story, is if you guys want more. If you guys, maybe you are a little confused and you're like, hey, I want more. I need to know more of this. Or maybe um, you just really love Marco's art and you're like, I need to see more of his art. Or maybe you um, want to see what happens next in this world. That's up for you guys to decide, because um, of course I do, but I'm biased, right? And so um, give the people what they want. Uh, and so that's what I want to do. And so far, so good. I'm really enjoying what people are saying about the book. I'm really ecstatic about it. I can't wait for more people to read it. I can't wait for more people to check it out and to let me know what they think. If you're watching this and you haven't backed the book on Indiegogo, please go back it. I'll send you the PDF tonight or tomorrow at the very latest, and you can read it and you can let me know what you think. But please, I have variant covers. There's a lot of different cover options, and you guys can pick out what you want. But um, man, it's almost been an hour, and we've only talked about this. Woo! I'm gonna have to talk faster, Nondor. Anyways, I'm really excited about this book, and I can't wait for it to get here. It'll probably get here in like August, September, which leads me into the next thing I want to talk about. I don't want to keep Jay hanging too long here, so um, I want to share with you all. Let's see, how should I do this? I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try doing it this way. So, guys, do you want to see Jay's cover for Manchild issue 3? If you haven't opened your email yet, um, I want to show you guys. There it is, right there. All right, guys. So here it is. This is. I was hoping it wouldn't like show it, like I could like share it when I wanted to. But let me go. Let's see, full screen here, and yeah, there we go. Okay. So here is the cover reveal for Man Child issue 3 by Jay Mazar. I wish I had a drum roll, but uh, we're moving and grooving tonight, and this is it. So here we have the official cover reveal. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really, really looking forward to talking more about this book. Here we have the Monarch Crier there in the foreground of the right corner, as all of you should know by now because I've been revealing these characters throughout the year. Who are these guys? These guys are the Sadistic Six. These guys are the Monarch Crier's rogues gallery that are here to um, take the Monarch Crier out. And in issue 3, they are all coming for him. They're all coming to get him. They're all coming to take him out. So uh, on the bottom left, we have Bitter Pill. And then moving up, we have Postman, and then Ivory Horn, and then Summit. And then in the top right, the Crane. And then we have Highness Helen rounding it out towards the bottom right. And these are the Sadistic Six. That's a tongue twister. Try saying that 6 times fast. um, but I love this cover. I love it so much. I really wanted to with this series, with this story. Jay and I, it's always been our job and our duty to evoke the Silver Age, the Lee Kirby Ditko era of comics. We want brightness, we want fun, we want splashiness, and like we want you to look at this book and not just like be taken back, but be reminded of just how fun, exciting, cool, enjoyable, inspiring um, superheroes are and superheroes can be. And I think you're always trying to spark the imagination as much as possible when it comes to comics, but especially superhero comics, because superheroes have been around forever. And I mean, if you're going to do it right. If you're going to do it, go for it, right? Like go all in. And that's something that we're trying to do with this book. I remember the first time I mentioned, doing 6 new villains, bringing, 6 new characters to a single issue. And I could tell like Jay's trepidation, like his hesitation of that idea, because I mean, it's like, wait a second, we have to design all these guys and we got to like make them all fit and put them all in this one book. And, how do we do this? Like, it's such a big uh, shift in a way from the first 2 issues, because we've only known Professor Pilgrim. We've only known the white fly drones in issue 1, and then the huge robot in issue 2. But now we're adding characters with, um, you know, a history with the Monarch Crier. Like we're getting into. I mean, a hero like it's been said ad nauseum. A hero is only as good as their villains, right? And so, what good is a awesome superhero if they don't have really cool villains and iconic villains to face off against? And we're doing that here. We're doing that here with Manchild, and I'm I couldn't be more proud of these characters, and I couldn't be more proud of what Jay and I were able to do. I absolutely love, really quickly. Let me zoom in here. Um, I love what we were able to do. This was an idea that we had where Summit. So a part of his power set is that he can grow. And his name's Summit. He's super strong and he can change his size. And uh, we're showing that like transformation on this cover. We're showing him like change size as he's getting larger, as he's nearing the top of the page. And it has that Hulk transformation feel that I love in the old Kirby comics, and I've always enjoyed like the way they were able to show like Giant Man change and Ant Man change and the Hulk and um, characters that would like transform into something new, something different. And so we were able to do that with this cover, and I love like displaying that. And then we have the crane up here, and she's hanging out. She looks beautiful. And then we have Ivory Horn with his ivory horn in his pouch there. And then we got him. He's kind of our mage, right? Like our wizard character. He's if Doctor Strange was evil, and I really love how he's kind of like at the center point, the focal point of this image, and where his hands are, creating this magical energy is really cool because it's like kind of bringing the entire piece together, the entire composition together. It's like it's all pulling together into this moment and this particular tension that is rising. And then we have Highness Helen. She has her flaming sword. She's about to take out and get ready to fight the Monarch Crier. And then we got Postman. I want you guys to know. I mentioned this when I revealed the character in the newsletter that Postman is supposed to have 4 fingers. So Jay knows his anatomy. This is not a reflection on on Jay's anatomy. And then we have Postman is like the most mysterious. I feel like maybe besides Ivory Horn. I mean, there's mystery to all of them, but who is the man behind the mask? And is he man? Is he machine? Is he man? Is he alien? Is he both? And so I kind of like adding that mystery to him. And I mean, I love the pink and white. It's so striking. It's so different, and I love seeing that. And then we also have Bitter Pill, who is there. He has his sights set on the Monarch Crier. So, seeing all these characters together and seeing them in the same vicinity and in the same room with the Monarch Crier is really awesome. These are designs that I've had. I can show you guys really quickly. And you guys, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you can find all this information. You can find all this stuff. But really quickly, I wanted to share with you just some of the like how far we've come, right? I mean, these things take time. They take a lot of energy. And so at the Foxhole Comics Substack, the newsletter, you can see all of the different designs for each character, and you can see, just how we cover some of these little design sheets, and we show them off. Um, and like, look, like this was my initial design for Postman in one of my notebooks. And got before and after, and it's just so cool to like see it all come to life. I mean, that's one of the best things about making comics. Here's another character design sketch by Jay. And then here, yeah, I wanted to focus on this here. So I wanted to really, let me see if I can kind of zoom in here a little bit. So yeah, here are the Sadistic Six. This is going to be a pinup for the campaign, which I need to tell you guys when is going live. But we have the Professor Pilgrim in the backdrop, and we have all the different members of the Sadistic Six in front of him. We have the Crane on the top left, Summit on the bottom left, and then Postman, Bitter Pill, Ivory Horn up top, and then Highness Helen to close it out again. So, it's really really cool to see these characters together, and you guys, these characters' names are going to become household names. Mark my words. As you know, Mysterio and Craven and the Vulture and Doctor Octopus and Green Goblin. Like, wouldn't it be absolutely sick to see Ivory Horn, Bitter Pill, Highness Helen, Postman, Summit, the Crane, and Professor Pilgrim like go at them? Like a man child Marvel crossover, a Sinister Six versus Sadistic Six crossover. Um, that name, by the way, all credit to Jay, the artist of the book. We were thinking about what we could call them. We were thinking about, like I wanted them to basically kind of be a stand-in for the Sinister Six, but I didn't want it to be like, I didn't want each character to be a knockoff. I didn't want each character to be like, oh, that's that character and that's that character. Like, they all are unique, and you can't look at one of them and go, oh, that's I mean, in some respect, each character is definitely inspired by like an amalgamation of others, and there are definitely some DNA is taken from uh, the classic superhero tropes and the classic super like villain characters and color schemes and all that stuff. But um, we really tried to make it unique to the man-child world, and that's something that you got to have fun with it. You got to try to be as original as you can while still trying to bring something somewhat familiar so that people can grab onto it, they can grasp onto it, they can get excited about it, and they can kind of understand what it is and who these characters are just by their design. Maybe you don't, you may not know like Doctor Doom's origin story, but you see that character, you see Doctor Doom, and you're like, he is awesome, and then as you dig into his character and his relationship to the Fantastic Four and um, Reed Richards, and just how cool he is and being like the ruler of Latveria, like there are reasons why Doctor Doom is cool, but sometimes it might just be they look really awesome, and that's like the goal, right? Like you pick up a comic because you love that character that's on the cover, and the reason these characters got popular is because of the designs. People picked up the issue because they're like, ooh, who's this new guy? Who's this new villain? And so I had that all in mind when I was kind of coming up with these designs, and when I was thinking about what they could be like. So there's a lot of work that goes into this, and it's been a huge part of what's led to the timeline for Man Child issue 3, is because we really didn't have to worry about this kind of stuff with the first two issues. But now, with issue three and moving forward, these characters are a big part of the story, and so a lot of design work went into making these and to getting them prepped for issue three. So, with that said, uh, I do want to let everyone know that you can sign up right now for the Man-Child issue three Kickstarter. We will be launching October 1st. This is the official launch reveal. The official launch date will be October 1st for Man-Child issues 1 through 3. You'll be able to get the back issues. You'll be able to get the variant covers. You know, I mentioned the Tony Harris, the Tom Rileys, the Jim Ruggs, the uh, Marco Rudy's. You know, you can purchase all these variant covers, and then the new ones that are going to be available for issue three. I'm very excited to show with you. I'm very excited to share with you all. Um, those will be available, as well as Jay's standard main covers, because you guys have to get cover A. I mean, it like these variant covers are great, but they're variant, and like get the main cover and get a variant. Like that's that's what we do as comic book readers, right? And as nerds, like we kind of, you know, we have to treat ourselves, and we need a special variant for all the issues that we get. But you need that cover A. So um, pick up cover A, pick up Jay Mazar's covers, and pick up, you know, your variant cover of choice. But please sign up. Please sign up now. The link to the campaign, the pre-launch page, is in the description below. You can sign up today. You'll get notified as soon as we launch. You'll also get notified for all the early bird rewards. I usually do like a 24 to 72 hour early bird rewards where you can get the book like at a cheaper price. You can get like an exclusive print, all that kind of stuff. So it's really exciting. I'm excited to uh, you know, get this going. We got Fish Lee in the house. Hey, Fish, what's up, dude? Uh, Fish, we hung out C2E2, part of the Heroic Awards and all of that fun stuff. So great to see you here. Book looks great. Thank you, dude. Whether you're talking about Fabled Offering, whether you're talking about Man Child, whether you're talking about Seasons, um, I will take it. Jay says, "Go at your own pace. I find it all interesting." Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Yeah, I never want to bore you guys. You know, we have like 60 people watching right now, which is pretty amazing. If you guys are watching, please, you know, say hi in the chat. Let me know what you guys think of the stream. Let me get, if you have any questions about the Fabled Offering, about Manchild, about Seasons, about making comics, about comics in general. What are you reading? What are you enjoying? Let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys. So, you know, we're having a hangout stream. This is the Foxhole. If you guys didn't know, behind me, this space, we're in the Foxhole right now. So I'm excited to be here with all of you, and I'll bring back. Let's see. I'll do this. Yeah, there we go. So, Man-Child issues 1 through 3. The pre-launch page is live. Please go sign up right now. I'm always trying to hit at least 100 followers before we go live. I'm hoping that we can hit 150 to 200. We can even get more than that. We have 3 months. The launch date for this is going to be October 1st, and I'm very excited to get to this and to share with you all. I'm going to be revealing the variant covers in the next few weeks. I'm going to be sharing artwork. We've already shared a page from the book that you guys can go look for on Jay's Twitter. Go follow Jay on Twitter, on X. If you don't follow me, follow me. You'll be able to see some sneak peeks to some creatures that will be debuting in issue 3, and also a new page that Jay showed off. So go seek that stuff out. I'll be sharing more teasers from the book. We're currently in production of issue 3, working on the artwork, and I'm really excited to get this book off the ground. We didn't do a campaign last year. I was really sad we weren't able to do a campaign for issue 3 last year. The Fabled Offering kind of took the place of that, and this year, though, it's my goal. It's like, okay, we need to get issue 3 out the door. We need to get this book done as quickly as we can, and so we're going to do this campaign, and then after Manchild, I want to talk about this. I mentioned seasons at the top of the show. This is something that I haven't talked a lot about, not even on social media. And I really want to talk about this. Take a moment to talk about seasons volumes 1 to the trade paperback editions. So, uh, on the heels of the completion of the Manchild 3 campaign, I don't know if I'm going to do a November launch. I feel like doing launches at the end of the year. October is kind of my cutoff point. Um, but probably early next year, we're going to be launching the spring and summer trade paperback campaign for seasons. I'm going to do this because I'm all out of volume 1 hardcovers, and I only have a few left of volume 2 hardcovers, and we're working on volume 3, and we need a catch-up tier. We need people to be able to have physical editions of these books. It's a good problem to have. I'm happy I've sold out. I mean, I printed nearly 1,000 of each, and I'm happy to be here. But if we're going to continue this series, people need to be able to read it, right? And they need to be able to get their hands on a copy of the book. And so, with seasons, this is my first ever series. This is my baby in a lot of ways, more than any other baby that I have. And we're going to be doing trade paperback editions of volumes 1 and 2, and they're going to be where you can buy them separately. They're not going to be like together combined. They're going to be separate books, but all the artwork is completely done. This will probably be the easiest campaign that I ever do, because everything's completed. All I need to do is get the files ready for print. All I need to do is raise enough money for printing the book, both books. In some ways it's going to be the easiest. In other ways it's going to be the hardest, because while I know there are some people who haven't read the book, maybe they know about it. Maybe they've read it on Webtoon. Maybe they read it on Global Comics. Maybe they read it when I had it on the website, for a long time to read for free. I'm going to be searching for a new audience for the series. A lot of people know me now who didn't know me prior when I made these first 2 books, and you may not know that I also made a book called Lifeline. And I've been making comics for a while, and with Manchild, I feel like that really put me on the map in a way, and the Fabled Offering has put me on the map in a way that these other books didn't. I've gotten a lot better at marketing. I've gotten a lot better at networking, about talking with creators, and doing the YouTube channel and doing a newsletter and all this stuff. I've really grown in my ability to understand what it takes to get your book in front of people. And so now that I'm kind of getting into this new stage of making comics, I see this as an opportunity to reinvigorate seasons in a way that has never been done, that I've never been able to do, because now people actually know who I am, and whatever that means. But this is a series that I will not stop making comics until I am done, until I'm finished with this book, because this is what started it all for me. This series, this story, is the reason why I became a comic book creator. And it's the reason why I do what I do, and the reason why I've spent the last 7 years of my life, all of my 20s, making comics. And the series needs to be completed. The series needs to be finished. And it's partly my fault that we haven't gotten to this point because I've been working on Manchild and the Fabled Offering. I've been trying to diversify my abilities and my bibliography, uh, my offerings, so to speak, for people because I felt like I really wanted to prove myself as a writer. It was important that I proved myself as a writer. I feel like in a lot of ways, it was really good that I did this because even though Seasons has had to take a back seat in the last few years, like I said, people really, I've been able to grow in a way that I wasn't able to, where if I only talked about Seasons for the last 7 years or 5 years or whatever, you know, is that all that I do? Like, is that it? Like, it's like, no, it's like I have Manchild, I have the Fabled Offering, I have Lifeline, I have Seasons. I have other things that I'm working on that I've done, that I've written, that other artists that I've worked with, other opportunities and doors that have been opened, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like in some way it's coming all full circle where I can finally go, I'm ready to come back to this. I'm ready to come back to the story that really changed everything for me. And that, you know, it's a very strong debut for me in a lot of ways. Um, and we're getting into volume 3, and I'm here for it. And I'm here to show you guys that um, I'm not going anywhere. I've been around for a while. I'm going to stick around for a while. And you guys didn't know what you missed. You guys did not know what you missed if you didn't pick up these books. And we're back, and we're going to be back in a big way. And I'm really excited to be here, to be at this point, because Seasons, like I said, it's where it all started for me. Anthony has been so patient with me, patient in so many ways, that for him to still want to work with me on this book is incredible to me. And it just shows like his loyalty and his ability to work with me, be a collaborator in that way. And we already have like the first 30 pages of volume 3 done. I'm going to work to the point where we get nearly all of volume 3 done in the art department, at least half of it done before we launch the campaign for volume 3. But on the heels of Manchild issue 3, we're going into Seasons volumes 1 and 2. On the heels of Seasons volumes 1 and 2, we're going into Seasons volume 3. After those are fulfilled, Manchild issue 3 and Seasons volumes 1 and 2, we're going to be launching the campaign for volume 3 of Seasons. Because what I want to do is, hopefully, it's always been my goal to bring audiences from every genre that I've written in, and to make you a fan of not just my stories, but me and like what I'm doing in the books that I'm creating. And so we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I mean, I want you guys to believe in the story. I want you guys to believe in me. I feel like I've proven myself. I've been a little late here and there on some of my books, not very late, maybe like a month or two late. But I've always fulfilled. I've always done good by everyone, I feel like, in terms of my pricing and, being communicative and being able to be available to people, all of that stuff. So I hope you guys will continue to support me, continue to support my stories. Anthony has done 2 new covers, one for volume 1 and one for volume 2. And then we're going to have some variant covers for Seasons. That was something that was so strange. No one had ever drawn Fletcher or any of these characters before, except for Anthony. And to see them drawn in a different style, to see them drawn in a different way, was like really new to me. I'd been doing that with Manchild and the Fabled Offering, and then Lifeline, I had so many different artists working on the same characters. But like with Seasons, it was so isolated, and it's really like interesting to see other people's iterations of these characters and to see these characters in other people's styles, because for so long I've only ever seen these characters drawn by Anthony. So to see him do this and to do these new, he's grown so much as an artist, and to see him do these variant covers uh, and to see, well, main covers, but to see him grow as an artist, to see him do these new covers, I should say, is pretty astounding because they look beautiful. And just that image right there, I'll go full screen here. That image of Fletcher and Kathleen behind him, that's a sneak peek for the cover for Volume One, and you know, it's well, I'll reveal the full cover as we get closer to launching the campaign. But my goal is to have um, the campaign for Manchild issue 3 completed, uh, and then I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'll get it fulfilled in time uh, to go into seasons volumes 1 and 2. But I know I'll have both volumes 1 and 2 of seasons and Manchild issue 3 both fulfilled, completed by the time we get into volume 3 of seasons. So, I was really hoping I could. Honestly, this at the beginning of the year, my goal was to do Manchild issue 3, seasons volumes 1 and 2, and seasons volume 3. Like I wanted to do 3 campaigns this year, but the timeline wasn't working out with the Fabled Offering, and I really wanted to. I need to fulfill that book before I ask you guys to support me again on these other books. I mean, that wouldn't be right of me to do that. I don't feel like, and so uh, with Fabled Offering being fulfilled, it's going to be like August, September, around there. Should be enough time for me to fulfill that book, get it in the hands of everyone it needs to get into the hands of, all the backers, and then go into Manchild issue 3, and then seasons volumes 1 and 2, and then we'll go into seasons volumes 1 through 3. And I do want to show you guys. I've really, this has been such a journey for this series and this book, because I remember I put together this pre-launch page like a couple of years ago. Like it's been so long. I've never shared it with anyone. Like I shared it like once. Um, and like on social media, we already have like almost 100 followers. I don't know how people are like finding this, to be honest. I mean, I've barely shared this around anywhere. Um, and so I can tell people are hungry. They want volume 3. And I'm going to make this, this campaign for people who have the hardcovers. We're still going to do a hardcover. But we're also going to do a trade paperback. We're going to be printing the same book in 2 different versions. It's going to be my biggest campaign that I've ever done. In terms of the goal, I mean, in terms of the size of the book, I mean, this is where things are going to get like crazy. I mean, I'm going to be promoting the heck out of this book. If you already think that I promote like too much, or if you see me like, you'll like, it's not going to compare to how I'm going to promote the heck out of volume 3, because it's going to be a 150-page hardcover. It's going to be a 150-page trade paperback. For people who didn't get the hardcovers, I'm sorry. You'll have to have the trade paperback editions. I'm not going to reprint the hardcovers for volumes 1 and 2, unless we make such an amazing amount that I decide to. But with volume 3, I want people that have supported me over the years and who have the hardcovers for volumes 1 and 2. I need to keep that uniform. I need to keep that all together, and so that's what I want to do. A friend of mine I spoke to about this, because I was struggling with trying to figure out how to break this up, how to do this, how can I make this financially like viable for me in a way that I could commit to paying this so much upfront for art, not knowing if the book is going to be fulfilled. I mean, like funded, all that kind of stuff because it's such a huge book. I mean, um, just think about it. Like if it took $100 for each page of a comic, this is going to be $15,000. Like just to make. I think that's right. I think my math is right. Um, so it's like, how do we justify this? Like, how do we raise this amount of money? I'm not saying that that's what the goal is going to be, but I'm just saying that it's one of those things where it's a huge ask. It's a huge ask for me. It's a huge ask for you. But I'm hoping that I'm trusting you guys. I'm trusting the followers. I'm trusting everyone who believes in the stories that I'm making. That you'll show up and that we'll be able to continue this series. We're halfway there. We only have volumes 3 and 4 to go, and that'll be the complete set. And then we can do that awesome omnibus that I've wanted to do for how long now? I'm probably going to be like 30 years old by the time this is all done, which is insane to me because I started writing comics when I was like 20, 19, 20 years old. Even earlier than that, started thinking about writing comics. And so like, this has been a 10-year journey in a way. Like I'm not at 10 years yet, but we're getting there. And it's been my goal to try to put out and finish these stories by the time I'm 30 years old. Uh, that's been my goal. I don't know if I'll make it. You guys are going to have to help me make it because it's a lot of sacrifices. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but there's a lot to be said for this very expensive journey. Very expensive. I don't consider it a hobby anymore. Really, I used to when I started out, but I'm a writer. This is what I do, and I write comics, and I write what I like to think are great comics. But you guys let me know, and I hope you guys will come out to support me with all of these campaigns. I'm going to space them out, enough to where it's not like I'm oversaturating the market, putting too much out. But I really want to um, get on a momentum train and to keep this going. So uh, we're going to be going from one book to the next, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep moving forward. So this brings me, man, we have just been here for a while, and I thank you guys for sticking with me and for listening to me and all this stuff. This brings me to the new story announcement, the thumbnail. I feel bad for people that are probably like, man, I only came here. I only came here to watch you talk about this new story that you have going on. I know about all your other stories. I don't want to know about them. No, but hopefully you do. Hopefully you guys have really enjoyed, me talking about all this stuff. I've really enjoyed covering these campaigns. You can sign up for all of these campaigns, all these pre-launch campaigns. Please sign up to be notified when they go live. Um, I have all of them in the description, the YouTube description and Facebook. And so, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you should see all of those links. So please sign up if you haven't. So with that said, I do want to talk about this new story. And so just to, let's see, I don't want to share this yet. I'm not going to do that yet because it's going to show it right off the bat. Let's see. Where do I start? Um, I've always had a struggle with finding time to work on short stories or submissions when it comes to like talent searches or anthologies. Um, I try my best to, I'm juggling all these different projects, but they're all mine. They're all things, properties that I own, that I created, characters that I created, characters that I know, characters that I'm motivated to more, know more of, and it's always been difficult for me to find the motivation or the reasoning to spend my time because I'm a slow writer. I'm a very thoughtful writer. I'm very methodical. I have to spend time with these ideas, let things marinate for a while, and then when something clicks, I I got it, but it's still like a struggle. It's like everything is important, and so that's a blessing and a curse. I don't know what to make of that. It's just how my mind works and how I am as a writer. W- with that said, it's always made working on other projects kind of difficult for me because um I spend so much time on my own stuff, and I want that to be what I spend my time on. It's like things that are going to build me, things that are going to challenge me as a writer, which brings me to where I am now. So I've really gotten to a point where I am a lot more comfortable than I ever used to be. A lot more confident in my ability as a writer, a lot more confident and comfortable in my ability to work on things, on opportunities or on things that are kind of provided me, opportunities that I see that I want to kind of throw my hat um, in there to be like, okay, like maybe I'll get chosen for this. If you guys have followed this channel, seen my videos, you've seen um, submissions that I've submitted. That I've given to publishers and short story submissions, things like that. They've all been rejected in a lot of ways. I've only um, been hired for one project, and I'm not going to announce that because it hasn't been like announced really. Um, but one work for hire project, and so um, any other projects that have come up, in the indie comic space, sometimes I feel like they've dried up. It's kind of depends on who all that kind of stuff. Networking is really important in the indie comics community, in the comic book industry. And finally, I saw an opportunity and I wanted to see if I could do this thing. And um, it's something that I hope I'm able to do from now on. And I'm hoping that as these next months go by, I can find more opportunities for um, more work for hire uh, stuff. Because um, for those of you who have followed me on social media, you've seen that I finished writing a new story, which I'm not going to go into right now, but that story that I just finished writing, um, I kind of promised to myself that after I wrote this for me, it was for me. Um, I'm definitely going to pursue it, and it'll be a project that you see come out. I don't know how soon, but definitely, in the next few months or maybe early next year, there'll be an announcement or something. Not like I have enough on my plate, right? Um, but uh, where was I? So I want to open myself to more opportunities to work and do short stories and do more work for hire projects, and maybe not just write comics, but write other things. And I did the math. I've nearly written 1,000 pages of comics. If you look at all of Seasons, if you look at Lifeline, if you look at Manchild, um, if you look at this new story that I just finished writing, um, and The Fabled Offering, and other short stories that I've written, um, whether published or unpublished yet, um, I did the page count and I was like, wow, like I'm almost to that 1,000 page mark, which I don't know if that's fast or slow, like, but for me, it's something, right? It's something. I've definitely put in the work. Maybe not. I've definitely put in the 1,000 hour, the 1,000 hours, or I don't know, maybe 10,000 hours. I feel like it's definitely been that. Um, but I see that as a milestone, and I'm really proud of that milestone. I'm almost there, and I'm hoping that I'll get more work for hire projects, where I can get to that number. And when I do, I will let you guys know. I'm so close. But with all that said, uh, this new story that I have is going to be, a short story and an anthology project that is going to be launching next month, I believe, in August, maybe September. We don't have like a specific date yet. I don't want to give like too much away. Um, I'm sure, um, they wouldn't mind if I did, but like, I'm just trying to like show and share with you guys what I know, what I'm excited about, and when the time comes to really talk about a lot of it more, we can kind of get into that. But so uh, I have a new story in what's going to be the new Orange Cone Productions. Travis Gibb. A lot of you guys probably know Travis and the indie comics community. Every year or every other year or so, he has Cthulhu Invades, which is an anthology series where he's kind of taken Cthulhu and put him into like different properties, like public domain properties like The Wizard of Oz, or um, you know these different properties that Cthulhu is a part of, and that comes to. And so, you know I he's done Alice in Wonderland, like these different like I said, public domain properties. And the newest one is going to be, you can tell I'm fading fast. I'm getting tired here. My mind is not working. We're almost at the 2 hour mark. Um, and uh, the new one is going to be Cthulhu Invades Grim Fairy Tales. And I wrote a Red Riding Hood story for this anthology project, and I pitched it to Travis, and it was accepted for the anthology. So um, I'm so excited about it because I'm working with Marco Roblin, the artist for the Fabled Offering. I'm working with him on the book, and he's doing the artwork for it. And I wanted to share with you guys some pages from the book, and I wanted to let you guys know about that because I'm really excited about it. It was I worked really hard at reading H.P. Lovecraft. I read the original Cthulhu story by H.P. Lovecraft. I known about the story, but not like all the details and the specifics. And so I was doing research more into it, and I read the Little Red Riding Hood story, and really dove deep, did my research. That's something as a writer you really have to do. You have to do your research. You have to mind for these things, and you can't just unless you know it by heart, I guess. But like always check back on things and do the work. Um, so that's what I did, and uh, I came up with what I thought was like a really cool story, a really cool idea, and somewhat of a faithful adaptation of the Little Red Riding Hood tale and the Cthulhu lore, and trying to merge that in a way that made it all kind of makes sense. And I tried to take things from what Lovecraft established with the Call of Cthulhu story and integrated it into the Little Red Riding Hood story. And so I'm just going to share some pages. You guys can let me know what you think. But this will be a campaign that launches, I believe, next month, and my story will be in there, Marco and I's story. So if you're a fan of the Fabled Offering and you really love Marco's work and you like my writing, this is going to be like the next the next thing you can get from us and get from our teamwork. I wanted Marco on this because we both love A24 horror movies. We both love horror. We both love a lot of the same films, and uh, that's kind of what we were going for with the story. It's what I was going for with it. So yeah, let me show. So this is page 1 from The Little Red Priestess is what the story is called. And it's going to be a 12-page short story in the Cthulhu Invades Grim Fairy Tales anthology graphic novel. And yeah, this is Marco Roblin's art for page 1. Here we have the grandmother stitching Little Red Riding Hood's hood. And she doesn't look like she, is in her right mind. Things don't look happy. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. So you guys can see that well. And she's stitching the hood together. And she seems to be under the influence of something or someone. So yeah, this is page 1 from the story. And I'll show you another page here. Here's page 4 by Marco Roblin. He's doing the artwork for this, the artist of the Fabled Offering. We teamed up once again to work on this story together. And there is Little Red in the forest. You can see these eyes peering through, peeking through in that panel there. So yeah, this has never been shown. I haven't shared any of these pages with anyone except Travis and the letterer who's working on the book, Jerome. So I'm really, really happy with these pages. And then let's see, this page right here. This is the money shot. Like, this is what like for me, like if I were to pick up the book and I saw this image, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna buy this. Like, this is really cool. Um, I'll zoom in here so you guys can see Cthulhu here. Look at that. Look at that scale. Like, and look at that detail. It's insane. Marco is amazing. And, let me tell you, if you love the Fabled Offering, if you love Marco's work, if you love like seeing us work together, um, this is the book. Like this is the next thing. This is the next best thing. Before we do more Fabled Offering, before we do anything else that's next, um, you know, this is it. And so uh you guys are gonna have to pick this up. If not because you don't like there's so many reasons why you should pick up this book. One, because of Cthulhu. Two, if you don't care, okay, because of Grim Fairy Tales. It's like, okay, if you don't care about that, um, then maybe you like Marco's art. And I'm not gonna forgive you if you say you don't like Marco's art. So um I can forgive you if you say you don't like my writing. But objectively, we can't look at Marco's art, Marco Roblin's art, and not be like, okay, you got me. You got me here, guys. So yeah, I just shared 3 pages. It's going to be a 12-page story, um, and it's honestly, it might be the biggest story in the book, the longest story in the anthology. I'm not sure, but I remember looking at the other submissions and the page count for each. Um, and I don't know if anyone else submitted a larger, like longer format story. Um, I could be completely wrong, but just from what I know, I think Marco and I might have the biggest story in the book, um, which is another reason why you should pick it up, because you don't have to read any other story in the anthology. No, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what other people have written, and where this book falls in line, like in the order, and how it's all put together. The books look amazing, and uh, you know the campaigns have raised so much money, and they've done so well, and I'm very thankful to Travis Gibb, and I feel privileged to be able to like contribute to it, and I'm thankful to be able to do this because like I said, I've always been a little bit hesitant. I've always been a little bit just not confident in wanting to do other properties. I like working on my own stuff. But again, I wanted to challenge myself as a writer. I need to diversify. And that's been something that I've been trying to do for so long. For the last few years in particular, has been my focus to diversify my abilities, my talent, things that I work on, other projects that I do. And, I never want you to read a story and think, oh, he already wrote this before. Uh, he's just writing the same thing over and over again. I don't want that to be the case. I want to perpetually, continually wow you in different stories that I write and different characters that I create. And whether it is a property that I'm being hired to work on, whether it is a property that I've created, whether it's a property that I'm submitting to do like a talent search submission, looking at you, Mad Cave, and all the other submissions that I've done. It's I work really hard on those, and I care about those. And I need to do a new one for Mad Cave. I know Mad Cave Studios is doing another talent search this year, and I need to get on that. I was so discouraged last year because I think I submitted, two or three like submissions to different companies, and it didn't work out for any of them. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Uh, you gotta keep writing and keep working on your craft, and that's what I've been doing. So, man, we're about to get to the 2 hour mark. Things are just getting started. No, I wanted to make sure I got through everything I wanted to talk about. Should we talk about controversial things in the last few minutes, like Jim Lee's uh, commission rates, or the new Hellboy trailer, or Tom King's Wonder Woman, or The Acolyte? Can we talk about all those things right now? No, we're not going to talk about those things. Uh, I just think that's funny. I was like, I wrote down like, what can we talk about? But um, I did just get done reading a lot of Tom King's Wonder Woman. I actually want to make a video on it. But honestly, all this stuff, it does lead me to a serious topic, something I did want to touch on. Um, I've made a few public statements. I've never been on camera talking about it. I've never said anything live talking about it. Um, but I do want to, um, take a moment. Marco, Marco, you're messaging me. Jim Lee's rates. Yeah, I think like Jim Lee, he's like, I don't know. Like I love Jim Lee. He's amazing, and I think he should probably, he should be able to charge whatever he wants to charge. That's kind of my opinion on it. But I think he's charging like $20,000 for like a commission or something. Like something that like not many people can afford, I guess. But he's Jim Lee. Like, uh, I don't know. Like, uh, I wouldn't want someone telling me what I'm worth. And I don't necessarily think other people should be able to tell someone what they're worth. Uh, Jim Lee's been around for a long time. I think also it might weed out the people that are just trying to get a sketch so that they can like resell it. Uh, it's something I noticed at C2E2. People were getting signatures not because they liked the writer or the artist, but because they wanted to grade it, CGC it, and then sell it. Um, man, the I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that people can't do that. Um, but it would be my hope that people would want to come talk to me. People would want to get my signature because they want it. There was actually a lady, I saw this on X, on Twitter. People were giving her a hard time because she had uh, the Charlie Cox, the Daredevil actor. He signed. She had him sign a Daredevil #1. um, it's like, leave her alone. Like, if that's what she wants to do, it's her comic. Like, and I even think he's Charlie, the actor. I think he said, like he checked with her, like, you sure you want me to sign this? but it's not anyone else's decision. It's not your comic. It was her comic. If she wants someone to sign, her Daredevil #1, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, if I could get like Chris Evans or, um, you know, uh, who else? Tom Hiddleston. If I got these actors to sign like an original comic, that's pretty cool. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, with Jim Lee, I guess he's charging like thousands and thousands of dollars, and that is, I think, his right. Um, I'd be interested to see how many people do it, though. I mean, wouldn't that be the uh, the verdict if he goes to a show and he's like, no, like I'm not getting any commissions, and then maybe he'd be like, oh, maybe I should lower the prices. Like no one's buying them. Like that should, and I don't even know how official it is. But if he is charging like 20 grand, um, I'm gonna make a comic with that money. I'm not gonna have Jim Lee do a commission. You guys can get that for me as a gift. Family and stuff. But um, I don't know. Like, uh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. Um, but I did want to get back to what I did want to touch on really quickly. And today is the 3-month anniversary of Ed Piscor's death, his suicide. Um, I don't know if you can even say that on YouTube, but uh, I'm really still feeling that, and I know his family is, and uh, I'm very proud of his family for going to conventions and for uh, keeping his legacy alive. And I'm really touched every day. It's a constant reminder every day when I go on social media and I see um, his family. I see something that makes me really sad, and I think it's important that we be kind to them and be kind to each other. And I hope to see and meet Ed's family soon. I would really love to do that. I know they're having a convention for him um, in August. That's really cool to see that. And I know his book has been nominated for an Eisner, um, Hip Hop Family Tree, like the omnibus. I hope they win it. And um, you know, I wish he was here. I wish he was here, but he's not. And I think it's important that um, we don't forget him. So I encourage everyone to, follow his family and support his family, because um, no matter what you think about him, I think what they're doing is really beautiful. And I know I would want my family to do that. It's pretty special. So I thank you all for being here and for supporting me, supporting my books, um, and for taking the time with me. Man, we've had so many watchers, so many viewers, and I'm so happy that I was able to share all this information. Quick recap: Fabled Offering is off to the printer. We'll be getting the books in a couple months. I'll start fulfillment. Manchild issue 3 is next. Then we have Seasons volumes 1 and 2 trade paperback editions. And then we have Seasons volume 3. Going to be launching all those campaigns later this year, early next year. And next, also, Marco Roblin and I, we have a new story that is going to be published in the Cthulhu Invades Grim Fairy Tales anthology book put out by Travis Gibb and Orange Cone Productions. So be on the lookout for that. Please subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to let you guys know when that's going to be coming out. And I do have a new story that I just finished writing. The genre is post-apocalyptic noir, completely different from anything else that I've written. I've only mentioned it a few times very briefly during other live streams that I've done, other interviews that I've done. That's all I'll say about it now. I will say it's probably my most personal story, and I'm the most proud of it out of everything else that I've written, I think. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff in that. So, but from here on out, I'm going to be trying to finish these stories that I've written. Manchild Seasons, this new story that I just finished, and I'm going to be doing short stories, trying to get into more anthologies, trying to get more work for hire. Maybe editing some books, trying to do more YouTube, trying to promote Foxhole comics in a way that I haven't been able to before, because I've been really focused on my craft. Really, 2023, I didn't write that much when I think about it. I did a lot of comic book related things. I didn't write enough. I'm happy to be here at this point where I have a lot more ahead of me in terms of the books that I have than I thought. And I'm going to be spending all my energy finishing these stories, getting them out there. So that's going to be my goal moving forward. And I hope you guys will support me. I hope you guys will support me in this venture. I have a lot of good stuff in the works. If you read the Fabled Offering, please let me know what you think. And we have a lot more coming. So just revealed the Manchild issue 3 cover. Going to be launching that October 1st. So here we are. And I am very, very thankful for you guys. I thank you for watching and for tuning in. I'm going to close it out here. But please subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. And hit that notification bell. And I want to know, stay in touch with me. Message me. My DMs are open. Let me know what you guys think about my stories, and we'll keep talking. And I hope to do a live stream again here soon. I'm sure with the Cthulhu book coming out, and then Manchild issue 3, I'm going to be doing a lot of interviews as we get to closer to October and setting all that stuff up. So we got a lot in the works. Like I said, I might do a live stream showing that variant cover. I probably will. I probably will, or I'll at least do a YouTube video on it because it deserves it. I want to talk about this variant cover for Manchild issue 3, done by my favorite comic book artist of all time. If you know me, you know who that is. If you don't, you'll find out. So I hope you guys take care. Have a great evening. And back the Fabled Offering on Indiegogo. You can also get my previous books on the Indiegogo campaign. So if you're like, oh, I want to read Seasons, I want to read Manchild before these campaigns, come around for the next issues, the next volumes, you can do that. So please go support it. I'm going to keep the in demand campaign live. Um, as long as we keep getting pledges and the books come and I start fulfillment, I'll probably close it right before fulfillment starts, so that or while I am fulfilling, so that I can do those orders. But um, with that said, you guys take care. I hope you have a great evening, and I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys will come back for more and keep supporting my work. So, thanks for being in the foxhole with me, and I'll talk to you guys later.